While we try to be as helpful as possible, this podcast should not be considered as professional or financial advice. It contains general information only, and you should seek out professional advice for your own personal circumstances before making any financial decisions.
Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the Enthusiast Lab. I'm Julia.
And I'm Nick.
Fuck, I've done it again. And this is the Enthusiast Lab.
You were waiting for me to do it, eh?
Shit.
Sucks to be you.
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode. Today's one is a little bit different.
Hella different, and I'm going to take over.
All right.
Because today we're going to talk about, well, we got asked, one of our awesome listeners, thank you so much for everyone that has been sending us some ideas and topics for us to approach. We are starting to tackle them.
Starting to put them together, yeah.
We're starting to put them together. This is actually one of them where we got asked, what is it like to do, to give a bit of a breakdown to you guys for a day or like a week in the life of Mr Enthusiast.
It was asked to be a day in the life of Mr Enthusiast.
Yes, I lie. It was for a day, but we decided to do this on a week of Mr Enthusiast and over a month because every day is so different.
Yeah,
I can have a few days where it's fucking chill, and then it's gonna be absolute fucking shit show, hectic, busy. So rather than going and just trying to pinpoint that I'm always busy 100% of the time, the reality is I'm not. Like, I try and, wherever I can, take some time for myself to actually have a personal life, have a relationship with Julia, and also with our pups, and to have some sort of personal life as well, what minimal amount I have.
Yep.
So we've decided we're going to do this over a longer time frame.
A general week.
Yes, because some things are consistent, like today, which you guys are listening to, which is a episode on our podcast.
Yes.
So that is locked in every Thursday.
Yes.
As well as our Tuesdays with our construction one. But yeah, we'll go through it all.
So
thank you for the ideas and keep them going, guys.
every day, Nick starts with...
If you're on YouTube, guys, coffee.
Coffee.
My life is coffee. And in regards to coffee, iced lattes.
Yes.
Fun fact about Mr Enthusiast, or hashtag Nick, I fucking hate hot coffees.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, or not a kid, like when I was growing up, and I'd have my coffee, I tried a few times cappuccinos, like hot chocolates, and I burnt my tongue too many times, and it has mentally scarred me for fucking life. Mm-hmm. And I've decided, fuck this shit. I had a love for iced coffee because I liked it really sweet. I had a real sweet tooth. And then over time,
It's turned into a double shot iced coffee.
Yeah, with like one sugar. So basically, I've gone bitter.
Yeah, you're bitter.
Well,
bitter
look,
old man.
Oh, Julia, you're the sweet of my life, so I can be bitter. Oh, this is going to be a good episode.
Okay, so let's start our week. So let's start the work week on a Monday. So Mondays are our paperwork days.
Yep, so I wake up and have coffee. And every other day.
We do most of our paperwork.
Yes.
Nick hosts his meetings on Monday, so if anyone's available on a Monday, they come
Correct.
in. We check all of our emails and, answer any unanswered emails from the weekend.
Yeah, because obviously I work on the weekends. Julie does on a need-to-know basis, so to speak, on the weekends, so she can hold the fort down at home and with personal life and shit. So normally our weekends are pretty hectic, which we'll go into. So Monday's like that little bit of a catch-up if there's anything I need to directly approach with the builders, the finance brokers, settlement agents, whoever needs to be affiliated with anything concerns with clients and shit like that. So a lot of it is on the phones, especially mainly Mondays. I'm on my phone non-stop.
Yeah, I was going to say chasing up the broker.
Yeah, chasing up shit like what happened on Friday, if it did work, if it didn't, are we chasing up this week? So there's a lot that goes into play. A lot of the time, I'm consumed on my phone.
Mondays are, normally catch up from weekends. So all the meetings that Nick would have held, all of the paperwork comes through me. We do all of that. All the paperwork that you got from the new clients, so their finance health check
correct.
forms, all of them get scanned, sent to the broker, all of that kind
we
of
have
stuff.
a whole process that we do with every single client. So yes, you might fill it in electronically or you might fill it in person. We have a whole structure and everyone has their own folder. Everything from payslips, documents, everything is scanned. So we have an electronic and a physical copy. Like we're fucking, thanks to Julie, she's real fucking anal with paperwork and shit, which is good, and spreadsheets.
We chase up the builder for any updates, construction and administration wise. So all the clients who are in the pre-construction phase, we chase up for updates for them.
Yep.
By we, I mean me. I pay all of the invoices that have come in over the weekend. Nick doesn't do any of the invoicing. It goes straight over his head.
Except for car parts.
Except for car parts. You are very good when it comes to car parts.
Fucking hope I am.
We prepare for our construction one. By we, I also mean me. So I
love it's Julie, guys.
I prepare the drone, charge it all up. I print out our sheet of where we're going to be driving, make sure all the previous updates are on the paper. So when we get to each client's house, I know exactly what
we have the comparison of what we last time when we visited, what we saw versus what we're seeing now. Has there been any difference? If there hasn't, what's the time frame? So we can start noting things down because, like we've explained to you guys, what we do is we do a construction run, which is separate from what the builder does.
Yes.
This is I don't know if it's this episode or we're going in the future, we're going to explain why we do certain things that are real specific about. Yeah, we'll do it in the future.
If Nick has no meetings scheduled on Monday or booked in for Monday, you normally do a lot of your sketching and your quotes.
Apparently so. Julie's telling me what I do now. No, I'm fucking with you.
Bro, we wrote this together.
I know.
Don't be lying on the podcast. I'll call you out.
No, so a lot of the times if I'm prepping any sketches for clients that we've caught up with, working on budgets, finding land, securing land and shit, liaising with clients, when I do find it, it's always a lot of it's emails, phone calls, text messages. It's and in between, if I do have the spare time, either on that day or later in the week, I do try and get some inspo for future plans as well, and just fuck around with plans and shit. Like, what's the next thing that I can see that's going to be real ideal that people would like.
Yes. And we try and clean up the office after all the meetings that have happened on the weekend. So wash all the mugs,
coffee mugs and shit.
Wipe down the tables, do a bit of a vacuum.
Yep.
Yeah, little tidy up.
Yep.
And our work day usually is starting at around 8:30 in the morning.
Yep.
So in the office by normally 8:30, maybe 9 o'clock if we're having
Give
an
or
off
take.
week. Yeah. And we are in the office anywhere up until 4 or 7 p.m. So I normally try and clock off by 4 to get home, cook some dinner, house stuff. And Nick, if he has appointments booked, which are normally always in the afternoon, you will stay to do those appointments.
Till pretty late.
And you might be at the office till about 7:30, maybe even 8 on a Monday.
Well, it depends. I've had clients book in at 6:30, so I'm not getting home till 9:10.
Yeah.
Because it's not like the meetings for like 3 hours, but they might be in a good position. So then I'm doing the finances with the broker late at night. And we've had an hour and a half meeting with the client, just spit yarning and shit like that. And then all of a sudden it's, okay, cool, well, let me do some sketch and do this. And by the time I turn around, it's still, 15, 20 minute drive back home. It's fucking 10 o'clock at night.
And the office stays super light. So you don't see the time go by. Like, it's really rough. I've walked down like, bro, what the fuck happened to the day?
It's like the CAS, because the CAS has no windows. And where our meeting is just fucking walls. So all of a sudden it's nice and bright. So you just keep doing it. You walk out and like it's pitch black outside. Like, the fuck?
Yeah. The world's gone to sleep and we've just walked out the office. Like, I thought it was 4 p.m.
Literally.
So the next day is Tuesday. And Tuesday is a construction run day. So we do not go into the office on a Tuesday.
No, unless
we
it's
have
urgent.
to pick something up.
Yeah, unless we have to pick something up or it's urgent where, for example, clients flying out on Wednesdays, like, bro, I need to see her. I can only do Tuesday. It'll be late evening in the Tuesday if it has to be. Otherwise, we close off Tuesdays so that we can have that time to go out on site and do our construction run.
Yes.
Still on the phone and emails intermittently, but physically you will not see us in the office.
Yes. And after the construction run, Nick normally closes off and he has his alone time. So you would game or you do whatever you want to do.
Depends. Like sometimes when we've done a real long construction run, I need my nana nap.
Yes.
Especially like I think it's during summer. I do a lot where it's like
you're in the sun driving.
When I'm in the sun and shit. I don't know. It's something that since I've been a kid, I've always had it, and it's if I'm out in the sun for too long, I need to have my little nana nap, and then like unfortunately sometimes.
You nap for the rest of the night.
Yeah, until like 11 o'clock, and I wake up and I thought I died.
Yeah. So Nick kind of clocks off work-wise. I then edit all of the notes that we have taken throughout the run and edit them into the spreadsheet.
Yes.
I will watermark all of our photos that we've taken and sort them into each client's individual folders.
Yep.
And then if I have the time and it's not super late, I'll normally sit down with a glass of wine and kind of email all the photos to the clients with their updates, advising them of what we've seen on site to that day and what's happening and where we are anticipating the next
stage
in the next couple of weeks.
Yep.
And based on all the milestone moments, so slab, bricks, roof, handover, or well, no, not those two, we put them into our scheduling system and schedule the posts for a congratulating post for the clients.
Correct. So you'll then, if there's some that need a generic write-up or anything like that, you send it to me, then I type in what some of them are. If they've got, if we just attended a handover, then we write a little thing. So we jimmy off each other with me and Julia.
Yes.
She'll do some things, I'll do the other, and explain, because Julia will know some things, and I get quite involved with the clients as well on a day-to-day basis, nearly with some. So we just work with each other.
And our construction run starts normally between 6 and 7 a.m. depending on which construction run it is, because we do three.
We do
South
three.
1, South 2 and North. And depending on which one it is, some of them are longer, some of them are shorter. We would normally be out of bed by 6, out of the home at 6:30, 7 at the latest. Just to try and beat that traffic.
Yep. And sometimes we don't even beat the traffic. We become one.
Yeah. One with the traffic. Which leads us into Wednesday.
Yes.
So Wednesday is again a full office day.
Yes. We dedicate the whole day to the office, regardless if I've got pre-booked meetings from our online or I've called up. Regardless if I'm not in meetings, which sometimes I am, especially, again, depends with a lot of FIFOs with the rosters and everything in between. If not, then I'm doing more sketches and estimates on quotes, chasing up with builders that we work with, what we need, what we don't need, working on some regulations. I've also got Adelaide, so I'm working on Adelaide at the same time.
We also chase up the builder on any delays or issues we've seen on site.
Yes,
so if we're seeing delays or anything that may be a little bit out of place, we kind of chase it up with the builder
100%.
and say, hey, we saw this. Can you explain this to us a little bit more? What's going on?
Yep.
9 times out of 10, they've got a perfectly good reason as to why it's happening, but we can then relay it back to the client as well.
Exactly. If the client asks or anything like that, if they haven't heard yet, then we're also on the front foot to help. Because when we're doing the whole build journey, it's not just yourself and the builder, it's us as well. So all three of us are in this journey together. So we're always there to try and help, and it's a lot easier, especially once we've just gone on our construction run. We can, we're noting down, and I'm keeping on shit because I know rough time frames going, that roof frame's taking 4 weeks when it should be only, 2 or so weeks. What's going on? So, and it happens, or we're missing half the materials. What the fuck's going on? So I'll be raising those concerns or calling up the GM or the construction manager and supervisors and going, hey, these are the things. The fuck's going on. They'll let us know. We've really let the client know. Cool. Well, at least when we're sending things through, we're also being made aware.
Yep.
And vice versa. So you're always getting some sort of communication from all parties.
Yes. Wednesdays is also normally when Nick and I sit down, normally by around 2 o'clock, and start brainstorming ideas for podcasting.
Yes.
So we bring out our big whiteboard, we start jotting down all of our ideas, all of our notes, get into the nitty-gritty dot points.
Correct.
And that becomes my iPad, which has the written down version of all the dot points that we just follow through.
That we just start spit yelling about. Yeah. Just as a little reminder, because we don't want a scripted shit.
We don't want scripted, but I need dot points to remind me of where I'm trying to get to.
Otherwise, I'll talk your fucking ear off.
Yeah, well, you like the sound of your own voice.
Fucking oath I do. You can take the piss out of me, but I like to talk.
I know you do. It's also a driving day to go to the shops. So if we need to go to the shops for anything for work.
Yes.
So this is Bunnings, Officeworks, picking up.
Some of our supplies, if we need to pick up paintings or stickers and shit like that, because obviously we do the stickers and merchandise and all the other shit. There's always something that needs to be done.
There's always something.
Or we might need to be doing some maintenance on in the office. Do you know what I mean? Oh shit, we need to go do something with with the garden bed at the front, or we need to do whatever happens. It's all about work. Yes. And again, it fluctuates. Might be finishing up at 4 o'clock, might be finishing up at 7 or 8, might have some clients. Again, and in between, we're doing, me and Julie, but mainly me, with our stories on Instagram. I'm doing all the posts on stories and shit. Julie's doing all the official posts. So trying to find inspo, looking on TikTok and everything else. It's ongoing. Nothing stops. And in between, making sure I'm always topped up with my coffee.
Yeah, it's also a bit of a marketing day for us.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
I'm now scheduling all of our marketing posts, cycle of our client shout out posts, anything else that's happened. You're trying to do stories, trying to make all of our reels.
Yeah.
So all that kind of stuff. So a lot of marketing happens on Wednesdays. And this day is also normally between 8:30 a.m. and finishing anywhere between 4 and 7, depending on how busy and how many meetings we've got.
Correct.
We then move into Thursday.
Yes.
Thursday is essentially our first day of the weekend. So Nick works on Saturdays and Sundays. So
it's our busiest time.
Yeah. Thursday is essentially our Saturday.
Yes.
Not to say that we don't work, because we're here, we're recording, we're podcasting.
We're always doing something.
But during the day, we have closed off our scheduling tool for meetings, so no one can book a meeting in themselves unless they directly message you and say, hey, I really need a meeting.
Yes. Yep.
And we work on a need-to basis, really.
Yeah.
We try and take home time.
Yeah. Again, keyword, we try. Half the time doesn't work. But if the plan, because for the last 6 years, and I can say for 6 because it's in the last year we've been trying this, and what's happened is I'll always try and delegate some time off, and then shit's the fan, and I need to meet with clients and this and that, and we're getting busier. We've got a lot more going on, so I was having no time. Me personally, I was having no personal time. Julie was barely getting any. There was many times that me and Julie wouldn't barely be fucking seeing each other. So we got to a point where we had to sit down and go, cool, let's actually just block some time off. If something is urgent that we need to, and we've had that a few times, like today when I had to go meet a client, shit, that's fine. I can book and I can work around because I've got control of it.
Yep.
So then I can work around it, rather than one client books in the morning and another in the afternoon, then I've lost half the day type of scenario. So that way I can control what's needed, still do my own personal shit. If I want a game, if I want to do things around the house, we need to do something between me and Julia with our own home and everything else that we're doing as well. Like things never stop, and we're always planning other shit in the background for other things for the business. It's consumed with one thing or another. So there's always something to do. We're always busy with something, but there's always time.
Yep.
You can always delegate the time, and this is our approach to it.
Yep. Thursdays, we always record our episode for
Absolutely.
podcasts. And if you guys haven't clicked on, we do record multiple episodes at a time.
Yes.
Just to try and be ahead of the curve, because I know that we take holidays and there's weeks when we can't record. So for example, last week we couldn't record because Nick was in Adelaide.
Yes.
So we would have lost out on an episode if we hadn't recorded in advance.
Correct.
So we try and record bulk episodes then. And normally after podcasting, we all go and have dinner with Ryan, who is our cameraman.
Shout out to you, Big Chief.
Yes.
Or his socials is 3550.
Yes.
And we are, wherever he does a post, we tag him in it. So he's a good bloke. Fucking, if you can, give the fucker a follow.
Yeah. He's a good egg.
He's a good egg.
Good egg.
Fucking 10 out of 10 egg.
Yes. So we podcast normally between 4 and 8 or 9 p.m. So we do a couple of hours, and it takes a while to get into the rhythm, set up all the cameras, pack down, etc., etc.
Yep. Need a couple of coffee breaks in between.
Yes.
Yes.
Fridays are very much the same like a Thursday, except we don't record.
Yes, correct.
We try to spend time at home, walk our dogs, I don't know.
It's more personal shit.
Watch a movie together.
Yeah, but also sometimes I've got clients pre-sales or something. So if I'm not busy with during the week and I'm able to attend, I might swing by the office for an hour and go see them, just help wherever out, because obviously I try and be as involved as clients want me to be, as well as what I'm able to do as well. So it's some of those things. I've got the spare time, especially with the drift car. You know, the Thursdays and Fridays are the times when I can try and delegate a couple hours if I want to take, you know, the fucking Skyline to the track.
Yes.
And go and have, that's my own time. Like me at the car, it's either that or the FG doing skids and shit. So trying to do
love.
Fucking oath. Fucking oath. One true love. Say that to my wife. Fucking, I am digging myself a hole today, guys.
Basically, we work on a need-to basis rather than a scheduled time in the office.
Correct.
If
not gaming, bruh.
Gaming,
fucking,
yes.
Yeah, fucking oath.
Saturday, I try and have time off to clean the house and do other things.
Yes.
I work on a need-to basis on Saturdays and Sundays.
Correct.
Nick is in meetings all day.
100%. So Saturdays and Sundays is our absolute fucking wild time. At the same time, though, sometimes they may be quieter, and what we are able to do is actually book in a lot of our slab signing meetings with our clients. So rather than being in the office, we might be out on site, and that's when Julie gets back involved as well. So if it works with her schedule, she'll come in as well. If not, I'll meet the clients and we'll go do the spraying, fucking take photos and videos, have a coffee, have a spit yarn, and then I'll continue on with the day with the rest of what it is. But normally it's either out on site meeting clients for handovers or slab signings, or I'm in the office in back-to-back meetings until late at night.
Yes, so my need-to-work basis is the slab signings and the handovers.
Correct.
I don't come to meetings with Nick. He
No,
does
fuck
his own
no.
meetings.
You can say.
I'll stay at home.
Fucking oath.
And Saturdays and Sundays, Nick can work very easily from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
A husband and wife that works quite well together, and I feel like our dynamics is pretty killer. But at the same time, there are times when I just don't want to fucking
I don't want to fucking look at you. I've just worked with you.
Fuck no. I don't want to look at her. So if that means me staying in the office, doing some work and shit, and just having my own time in that sense, or I've been caught by Julia actually just gaming at the office because I just want to fucking do my own thing. So at the end of the day, man, it's sometimes we just want to have that time alone as well. So do you know what I mean?
Time together is just as important as time alone.
Exactly. And it's something that we're trying to, obviously, with me and Julia and our work and the business and everything, is just trying to find that balance. And this is the way I feel like we're working along towards it.
There are also a bundle of things that we do either daily or monthly. So that Monday to Sunday summary is more or less of what we do every week, every day, every week.
Rinse and repeat. Yeah.
There are other things that we do. Let's just list them out. You put out spot fires.
Yes, Nick, hashtag fucking firefighter. I'm the one that puts out the spot fires. So what I mean by spot fires, and a lot of consultants that are listening to our podcast and shit, which I know they are, can agree to this. It's random shit that comes up. Clients have concerns, or they've changed a job, they've bought something randomly when they shouldn't have, or there's been issues on site, clients are getting frustrated. And we've been able to build a lot of the rapport with clients, so they're reaching out to us first. So instantly I'm on the phone, and it might have been over the weekend or whenever it's happened, going, yep, shit's fucked. What the fuck do we do? And this is what the spot fire is, what I'm talking about. We're finding solutions, going, cool, hold the fuck up, let me go and figure out, do a few phone calls, I need to figure out this, and this, and then going out and sorting those things out. Because there might not be big issues, but if you don't approach them quickly enough and sort it out, it can turn into an absolute shit show. So that's what the spot fires scenario is. It's just literally having some concerns, dealing with them immediately. We're doing this 4-hour podcasting, and I've had to have 5 fucking phone calls with some clients and build about some concerns. So it can happen anytime.
Yep.
It's not I'm going to allocate 9 o'clock till 10 o'clock in the morning for spot fire shit. It's
whenever someone calls.
Yeah. We've had fucking 10 o'clock at night phone calls. So it's just one of those things.
There's very rarely when you don't answer the phone.
Yeah.
So daily we're answering phone calls, talking and liaising with our broker Steve.
Yep.
Answering and replying on emails.
Inquiries as well on our website. We're getting phone calls, texts, TikToks, fucking inquiries from everywhere. So Facebook, I'm responding Instagram, to them. Yep. Look, I'm not the best at responding in terms of immediately as soon as you've done it, but I try and approach it as quickly as possible. Like I've said, hopefully some of you guys actually listen to this episode and realize I do quite a lot. It doesn't always show on the front end, but there's a lot in the back end. So sometimes just be patient with me. I am always there to try and help everyone. If you need me, call me.
Yeah, we're like a duck in water. Our legs are like bloop, 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 under the water, but on top we're like
I've never fucking heard of
Have you never heard that analogy?
You're a fucking duck. I'm a goose. I'm a goose.
Apparently we're playing duck, duck, goose here.
Yeah.
Have you never heard the analogy? Like a duck in water?
No.
Because their legs are like furiously swimming under the water, but on top all you hear like see is this majestic
No,
duck.
I'm just thinking of an iceberg where it's like normal and then fucking underneath like all the shit that has to.
Fuck. No.
This is going the wrong way.
Nick's thinking of the mental health iceberg I'm talking about. Okay, we're just going to move on.
Yeah, let's keep going.
We do the slab signings and the handovers as required. So, I mean, we can't...
Some months are going to be absolutely hectic. Some of them will be a bit more quieter. So we just fluctuate. And then we're in between, we're creating reels for those. What?
I'm just laughing at the duck.
Oh, yeah. Julie's still stuck on the duck thing. Fucking goose. So a lot of those things are in creating reels and stories and posting all of them up and saving those photos, organizing paintings for clients during the lockup stage, you know, because that's a gift from Mr Enthusiast. It's our, rather than, you know, getting a bottle of wine and shit, this is a congrats, go drill your first hole in your wall and go hang up a fucking painting type of thing.
General catch up on site with clients.
Yes. So sometimes clients have concerns on site and, you know, waiting for the supervisor. So, because I've got keys, but like, fuck it, let's just go out. We've had to do a few times with, again, those spot fires about concerns. It's easy just to go on site. Let's go figure it out.
Let's look at it in person.
Exactly, yeah. And, you know, let's note it down and see. And so we can come as a combined approach to the builder so we know what the fuck we're all in for.
Yep.
What we're looking at, what the concerns are. As well as sometimes clients just want to actually go through the house. And if I've got some spare time,
just catch up for a beer.
Yeah, fuck yeah, we'll go catch up. Beer or coffee. Most of the time now it's all coffee. I'm trying to get off the beers, but I'm always down for a good beer.
Yeah.
So
we attend housewarmings.
Fuck yes.
We are event planning all the time. So this is for like our charity event that we host for APSWA.
Yes.
Our end of financial year events, client only events that we do quarterly.
Yes.
Event planning takes up a lot of time and a lot of effort.
Fuck yeah. Especially like the charities are a huge one because it's a lot of moving parts and, you know, trying to do it quite. We want to do the best that we can as well as the client events and everything else. So it takes a lot of time when you start adding everything else we do.
We write our birthday cards for every client that is having their birthday the following month. We send out our monthly gifts to all the clients. Once a month, we try and deep clean our office. So, you know, really get into the nitty gritty of, you know, cleaning the office.
It is handy because we don't live there, so it's not as bad all the time.
Yeah.
But it's that general maintenance of doing one big fuck off clean at least once a month and keeping it tidy.
We have meetings with our builders, with our broker, with our marketing company, and
settlement agents, everyone. Yeah, and, you know, if I'm talking to hoist providers and epoxy suppliers and everything in between, and other things we're working in the background. There's a lot of shit in the background.
A lot of meetings outside of client meetings.
Correct.
We do all of our deal submissions.
Yes.
We have meetings to check our progress. So like
for like the actual business itself, like where are we trajectorying, what sales have we done, what are we looking at, what time have we allocated to other things. So there's a lot to it, and we try and find that time that yes, we've got clients currently, then we've got clients in the future, then we've got everything else, and then also for ourselves. And just do a general checkup on the two of us as well. Hey, are we all good? How's everything going as well? So still having
check-ins,
Exactly, yeah.
Just doing a business check-in, and then we do a personal check-in. Same with our finances. We do our personal and business accounting once a month.
Yes.
Nick finds time to fly to Adelaide.
Correct. That's basically a monthly thing at the current moment.
Try
especially
to
as
find,
we're getting busy.
Try to find time to still meet our friends and spend time as a married couple, all in between, as a lump summary.
Yes. You know, they say, you know, you start a business to choose, you know, for freedom, man. But if anything, I work harder since I've started the business than, you know, trying to choose, do you know what I mean? Like compared to a 9-to-5 job. But I won't give it for the fucking well. No fucking way. It's the best thing ever.
The last thing is we plan for any of our upcoming holidays. So we try and take 2 holidays a year.
Yes.
One for when Nick and I eloped in March, and one for when we actually got married in October. And we try and travel somewhere around those months. So one at the beginning of the year, one at the end of the year.
Yep.
And that's really a little overview of how we work day to day and an overview of what our week and month looks like.
Yeah, and there's also like when we're away, I have obviously mentioned this in some past episodes, I'm still on my phones and emails. I might not be responding immediately, like within the minutes, because time differences and shit, but even while we're away, we're always on the phone.
Yeah.
It's one of the biggest things. Like, you know, I think I explained one of the
previous episodes.
previous episodes. Like, literally, we were on that honeymoon in Iceland, and there was some
2
concerns. It was 2 or 3 a.m.
Yeah.
in Iceland. It was like 10 a.m. here in Perth. And you know, the client called me like in tears because really concerned with, you know, there was some shit going on. Fucking groggy phone call, but we got there, got it all sorted within 30 minutes. It was all sorted, and she was happy. It was just something got miscommunicated to the client about, you know, something that was misread. But we got it all sorted, got it in email writing, happy days, and I went back to fucking bed.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. The night before I proposed to Julie, I booked fucking four clients for when I flew back from New Zealand. So
work never stops for us.
Nah, man.
Work only stops when we're on holiday, and even then, we're still super attentive to make sure it hasn't stopped.
Correct. Exactly. It's not like go every day, but it's still, I'll make sure I'm touching base on things just to make sure that it doesn't turn, you know, doesn't get a lot worse.
Doesn't snowball into something worse.
Once we get back. Happy days.
I hope that gives you guys a little bit of a summary of what we do. Thank you very much for the inquiry. And
I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, you know, some people
wanted to know that.
I thought they're just like, oh, this guy just builds garages and that's it.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot. Obviously, there's a bit more to it. Yeah, a bit more to us, and it's a learning curve. From the dedication we've had, from what I dedicate to the work and being consumed in it, to now slowly getting to ourselves into a position where we're trying to get a bit more of a balance. At the end of the day, it is just Julie and I. It's just the two of us. But at the same time, it's the business is number one priority. Yep. That's what we've agreed upon and what we've worked towards, and the expansions of what we're doing. But at the same time, it still need to be able to find time for us too.
Yep. Let's plug. You can find us on
Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Google, Apple Podcast, Spotify,
TikTok, and our website, which is www.mrenthusiast.net.au.
Absolutely. And remember, guys, like and subscribe on any of our channels if you can. Leave a review and a rating if you can. Fucking all this feedback and the support is what we're doing it for. The more we have, obviously the happier I feel.
Yep.
But also the more I can start pushing towards other things. And if you've got any questions or you want to give me any feedback, if these episodes have helped out, if they haven't or whatever, send them through, mate. I fucking love seeing it.
Yeah.
Text me, email me.
Brightens our day.
It fucking does. And like I mentioned before, it was sometimes it's the heart of my day. Yep. And I really do appreciate it, guys. So keep it up.
And just remember, guys, we're not here
to fuck spiders.
Woo!